Hello and welcome to the Overshadow Shadowcast with your hostess, it's Abigail. Yes, it's me again. I have been told that possibly Tommy may be able to record next week. He's told me that his report is due this week, so hopefully he'll be able to hang out with you guys next week. We'll see. So that's a bit of good news there for you. I'm sure you're all fed up of listening to me. So I got some other good news. I finally have managed to get not only a gaming monitor, but I have also been able to get some speakers and a microphone, which I'm using at the moment. So I am actually very aware that there may be some popping going along. I can hear it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a windsock for it. Hopefully that'll help. So this is actually the Yeti USB microphone that I'm using, and it's interesting because it's got some different vocal patterns. It's got, I am racking my brain back to college trying to remember what they're called. It's it's like the figure 8, and it's got the I'm gonna stop now because I'm probably going to be saying every single thing wrong, so sorry about that. So sorry if there is popping or if there is anything like that. This is a new microphone I'm trying out and we're seeing how this is going to go. I'm going to make an effort to just use this one this week, and because I just got it yesterday, if it's really not working out, I'm going to try focusing on the gain and the volume control on it, and then maybe in a couple of weeks when I have it properly sorted, we can have a go with this again. And in the meantime, I'll go back to using the other one, which was just like a little Olympus microphone I got with my dictaphone back in college. So the speakers I got in are creative speakers, so I've got like a massive subwoofer. I had to completely take apart my desk. And yes, I have like a proper old school wooden desk with the drawers and everything. And it looks really bizarre with all this modern equipment on top of this desk. It does look pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. So I got creative speakers, it's got a big subwoofer, so it's really strange listening to that just get switched on when I actually go to do this. The main aspect of this is I've gotten a gaming monitor now. It is the Alienware AW2518HF. I've not played any games on it per se just yet, because again, I only got this I got this like a couple of days ago, and I wanted to have a go at just doing it for normal things before I actually go properly into the gaming aspect. But also I wanted to not try and do anything until I actually had a microphone, and then the microphone arrived yesterday, so maybe I'll get some gameplay footage. I'm going to talk to Tommy about it because I don't really want to do anything without his go ahead, because this is how this works. It's a team effort. If I change anything, I've got to let him know. If I'm wanting to change anything, I've got to let him know, and vice versa. So this is, again, with current world events, it's a bit difficult at the moment, trying to get hold of him and things like this, or for calling and things like that, because that's really the better way to go about it, because I find texting and things like that quite difficult to get like a tone across or something like that, you know what I mean. So that was a bit of ranting and rambling there, sorry about that. So, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there with the setup. I'm just waiting until I can afford a decent keyboard and mouse. I do have a keyboard and mouse, but they're very, very basic, so we'll see how that goes. So I actually will have something for you guys. I have been playing Spyro again. I think previously I spoke about how I was having a lot of trouble with Metro Speedway, and now I've done that. It's all cool and everything like that. But before I go on to the next segment of Ripto's Rage, that's what the second game is called. There's basically how it works is that in Spyro I'm trying to work out how to describe it. If it's 3 worlds or it's 3 levels within that world. It's very difficult to try because each level, if you will, is called a world in the game. So you start the game and you're on, well, let's call it level. You're on a level, and then you have several sub-levels within that level called worlds, in which you meet new characters and such. So that's the premise of each game. You have 3 kind of like levels. I can't remember the third one. I actually had 4, because that was the one that I played when I was little. I can't remember what it's called. The third game. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out as it goes along. So yeah, you have sub-worlds. You have sub-levels, which are called worlds, and you have to collect gems. You have to collect, and the second one, it's called orbs. I won't spoil it for the third one yet if you've not played it yet. My sister keeps having a go at me, when are you going to play that level? That's the one I want to have a go with. with you, but we're just seeing how that goes. But I don't want to go on to that third game until I've completely finished the second game. And you can 100% it, but you can also 120% it, but you can get the skill point, and that's what I'm more interested in. So at the moment, I'm on the second level of Ripto's Rage, and I do not want to continue past Autumn Plains, which is the name of the second level, until I get all the skill points. And at the moment, I am stuck on trying to get the skill point in Gulp's Overlook. I think that's what it's called. It's a boss battle, and it is very difficult trying to get that skill point, because in order to get that skill point, you cannot die. And I actually have some gameplay footage for you guys, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it is going to work when I go to edit this. And if not, I'm going to sound very stupid, because I'm going to be talking about it, and I'm hoping that the gameplay footage is actually going to work with this. So, Gulp's Overlook is, like I said, it's a second boss battle for this game. You have 3 boss battles. You have the first one, which is Ripto's first kind of like lackey, then Gulp is the second lackey, and I suspect that that the last boss battle is going to be Ripto himself, because that is the same process, same kind of way that the third game dealt with it. You had boss battles, and then you had the ultimate boss battle. So yeah, the skill points are actually hidden within the game, but there is a way you can find out what they are. If you go into the guidebook and you hit Y, you can see like all the, on the Xbox you can hit Y or the action button, and then you can see all the skill points. So the one I need to get before I progress from Autumn Plains is, like I say, in Gulp's Overlook. In order to be able to do that, you need to complete the level, you need to complete the boss battle without getting injured. Like Gulp's Overlook perfect. So I'm having a lot of trouble because within the boss battle, it works with a pattern. At the start, he charges you, and he charges you until you hit him the first time. And then after you hit him, what it is laser. He has got like laser cannons on his back, and he shoots energy balls at you, and you have to dodge them. It's pretty easy to dodge them, but the problem is that if one thing goes wrong, everything just seems to go wrong. Because how it works is you basically have to evade him until these pterodactyls, and I can't remember why there's pterodactyls, drop eggs within the arena, and then the eggs kind of like explode, and you have either barrels or like rocket launchers or bombs. I was trying to think of the word there, bombs. For the first 3 times it's barrels, bomb, rocket launcher, and then it becomes random. But what you don't want is Gulp to actually get hold of one of these things, because if he does, he can shoot it at you. But with like, if it's a barrel, he shoots like a circle of fire, and if it's a bomb, it's a circle of orange fire, sorry, a green fire for the barrel, orange fire for the bomb. And then with the rocket launcher, he can actually launch it at you, and then you have to evade that, but then also evade what he's doing, which is quite difficult. And I keep messing up the rhythm of it, and it's really annoying because I get like 2 like points off actually finishing it perfect, and then I end up getting hit, and I get hit again and again and again, and then I have to go back. And then what I do is I automatically go back into the menu, and I can travel to Autumn Plains and basically flambe toads or frogs and sheep, and that creates little butterflies, which Sparks is my little companion. If I get hit, Sparks turns different colors. So first of all, he's like yellow. If I get hit, he turns blue, and then if I hit again, he turns green. If I get hit again, he disappears, and then if I hit again, I die, which is actually a really good mechanic. I quite like that. So like I say, you have to like flambe frogs and sheep, or whatever the creature is in each individual little like sub-level, which is quite funny. But they respawn really quickly, so you can basically go backwards and forth. And if you flambe it, if you get enough of them, you get a blue one, and the blue one is a life. I think I'm up to about 62 lives at the moment, because I just keep going in and out, in and out. So I've still not gotten the perfect skill point yet for Gulp, and I want to get that before I move on to the next world. The next level, I can't remember what it's called. It's very frustrating, because if you get really, really far into it, and then you're just like, oh, I have to start over again, because it feels very slow at the beginning, because you're like, okay, now it's barrels, and then it's the bombs, and it's the rocket launcher, and then it's like all go, because at one point the rhythm of the laser balls change. So instead of him shooting 2 at you, he shoots 4, and I keep forgetting he does that. And then if I get too close to him when I shoot a rocket launcher or something like that, I die again, and it's very frustrating. So that's where I am with the gaming side of things at the moment. So after all that delightful information about Spyro, and hopefully if it is working, you're enjoying all the gameplay footage I had there, I'm just going to go on to the stories I have for you. So this is just a couple of stories this week because I've been rambling on for like about 10 minutes or so. Some worrying news for some people with a Nintendo account. On the 24th of April 2020, Nintendo announced that 160,000 of the accounts had been hacked by people misusing the NNID, the Nintendo Network ID. This confirms a lot of Nintendo's users' worst fears that their accounts had indeed been hacked when they started to notice unusual goings on. Some account holders had been reporting that money had gone missing from their accounts or purchases being made. Some of the reported purchases that they didn't make, that they were letting Nintendo know about, is that people were buying Fortnite V-Bucks using their accounts. Now, some of these V-Bucks can cost up to £100. With the current climate we're in, this is even worse because people don't have money at the moment. There's a lot of people who have been lost their jobs and such like that. So this is just even worse for them. But also, it's like I saw some comments saying like, "Are you serious? You use my account?" It's not that they abused and they stole money from their account. They were like, "No, you used it for Fortnite. How dare you use it for Fortnite? I mean, my goodness, have some decency. Use it for something good." That was genuinely what people were commenting on Twitter. I found that quite funny, and I understand they're trying to use humor to try and actually change how they're, like, to mask any real anger that they had. So along with the fraudulent purchases and full-on theft of funds, so it's actual just money that was missing, not just purchases, but actual money. People were just going in and helping themselves to money. Emails, dates of birth, and areas where the players actually live may have also been compromised. Now, Nintendo will be emailing anyone affected directly and asking them to change their password. They have now made it impossible to actually access accounts through the NNID. Nintendo are also asking customers to go through their own accounts and see if they notice anything strange. If they do, Nintendo are encouraging people to go onto their support page to go through the steps of how to change the password, deleting PayPal and save credit cards, etc. So I think that the idea was that, I think the real issue was people using PayPal. That was the one that was targeted the most. This is one of the reasons why I do not have a PayPal account. I do not trust PayPal at all, because it just seems to be like constantly you hear stories about people hacking into things like that. But that is purely my own paranoia. That is not a reflection on PayPal. If people want to get in somewhere, they're going to get in. Computers are only as smart as the people that make them, and unfortunately there are some people out there networks are only as smart as the people that make them, and things like that. So this is actually very worrying. Like I said, this is a very crucial point in time for everybody who have had the effects of the world events at the moment. Again, we're trying not to say what it is. This is even worse because it does feel like it's more in America that this has actually hit. And that those are the people that are actually finding it, I think, worse, because like Tommy has said before, there's different job securities per state, per state, per their regulations or anything like that. So I think the effects are felt worse in the US. Yeah, it's not a great it's a really horrible time for and also if you are a hacker and you are hacking accounts at this moment in time, it's horrible when it happens anyway, but at this moment in time, you're scum. I'm just gonna say it. Scum. So I'm going to move on to the last story I have for you guys. Everybody hates a cheater, but not as much as when the cheaters get away with, cheating. People who break the rules and reap all the rewards. I hate them in all forms. I just do. So it seems do the people of Infinity Ward, the developers of Call of Duty Warzone. So far, there have been a ban of more than 70,000. That's 70,000. Yeah. 70,000 players have actually been banned, but more and more pop up. Infinity Ward have come up with a genuinely brilliant way to deal with the infestation of unscrupulous. I've written it down thinking I could say it. I cannot. Unscrupulous. Bad players. I'm just going to go with that word. And it's pit them against each other. Because if there's one person who hates a cheater more than the average player, it's another cheater. Now, this isn't the first game to use this strategy. Strategy. Why can't I speak? But hopefully this will become the trend for all games like this. Anyone who's suspected or proved to be cheating will be thrown into a matchmaking with each other and leave them to suffer. So a bit about the game. Call of Duty Warzone was released on the 10th of March 2020. It's a free-to-play battle royale game that is a part of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare without actually having to purchase the game. Some of the cheats that people have been using are aimbots and wall hacks. So how it will work is that there will be an update coming for the matchmaking system, and I'm going to throw up the I'm going to try that, saying that a different way. I'm going to put on screen the tweet or the image that Infinity Ward actually posted about the update. It will check the player to see if they have been cheating or accused of cheating and pit them against a similar player. There is no word yet on how long they stay in the cheater system or how they can appeal against it. Also in this update, players who have actually reported potential cheaters will be notified if that cheater has been banned or not. So I really like this idea. I like the fact that the cheaters are going to be pitted against each other. That's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to react to that. But in all honesty, I do believe that the one thing that cheater hates is another cheater, because they're like, hey, that's not fair. I'm cheating, but they're not allowed to cheat. Cheaters ruin a game experience for everybody because there's a reason why rules are put there. There's a reason why limitations are put there, to put everybody on an even field and try and make it as skill-based as possible. We have talked before about play-to-win games. I do not agree with those at all. But it's going to be interesting to see if this actually stomps out cheaters, because I don't think I would like that if I was a cheater, basically being punished in this way. That's all I'm going to say on that. So that's really all I have for you guys today. So you can leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Nintendo gaming ID hacks. Sorry, the account hacks. There is no word yet on whether on how they're going to rectify that properly. I think all they really can do is get people to switch their, change their account details in terms of passwords. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people say, listen guys, you need to change your passwords on a regular basis, change them, like every few months, because, and also make them less memorable, which is really annoying. And try and not have the same password for everything. Tell me what you think about the way that Infinity Ward are handling the cheater situation. Do you think it's a good idea that they're going to pit each other against them? Or do you think that they should just have that full out blank? Because when I say they've been banned for life. But I found it interesting because I read an article from about a month ago or a few weeks ago, and they had said that it was 50,000. And so basically it's gone up by 20,000 within a month of how many people have actually been banned. I think it's better that they are pitting cheaters against each other, because that shows them, oh, I've just been caught. Okay, maybe I need to not do this because I actually really enjoy this game, and if I want to keep playing, I can't cheat anymore. Maybe that's a way that they could do it. Maybe they can work on like a green cards, a traffic light system where if they do it, if they get caught and put into this, when Tommy was reading it, he described it as a gulag of, when he was reading, my agenda, he called it a gulag of players, of cheaters. Maybe that they can do that, work on a traffic light system where if they caught more than 3 times and then that's them officially banned for life. I don't really agree with a ban for life, really. I think that's kind of OTT a little bit, maybe banned for a year, and maybe if they get caught again, banned for 2 years, work on that kind of system. But I think it's a good idea that they're going to put them against each other. It means that the other players can at least play in a normal way. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the stories, whether or not you like them. If, fingers crossed, the video footage from me playing Spyro actually works, let me know what you think. What do you think of it? Would you like me to replay through the first game and do a play-by-play of that once I fit? Or would you like me to play the third game, which is what I actually played when I was a kid, and then do a let's play of that? Would you like me to do that? There's a possibility we might be doing some other let's play soon, but we're going to see how that goes. Because the way everything's kind of set up at the moment, it's kind of difficult because everybody's using different types of bits of equipment at the moment that they're not terribly used to. We're just kind of like all in a very strange situation, because I think that originally, if we were doing let's plays, me and Tommy had originally planned to do the first let's plays together and do it that way. I'm still hoping that we will get to play Life is Strange. But if we do that, depending on the kind of microphone we're going to have to use it on a PC. There's a good chance we might have to use it on my PC. I don't know. Sounds really... the more I say PC, the more I feel like that's not a real word. You know when you say a word too many times, you're like, I don't think that's a real word. I feel like I'm like PC and monitor. PC. Sounds like I'm saying something in French. I apologize if I'm saying something rude in French. So yeah, let me know, guys, what you think about today's podcast. How about you share it with your friends? You can hit that share button, I think. I think there's a share button. Share it with your friends and let them listen to my rambles. If you really hate someone, send this to them, and then they can forever hate you for making them listen to my voice. You can hit that like button. You can hit that notification button for when we upload. You can also subscribe to our channel. Would you like to do that? Would you like to subscribe to our channel? You can leave a comment down below, like I said. Let me know what you think. Is there anything you'd like me to discuss? I do read the comments. I now know how to read the comments, because before I was actually going into each individual video, and now I know how to do it. I now know how to see all the comments, so yay for me. So yeah, I hope that you guys would like to leave a comment. You can email us at overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com. You can visit us on our Facebook page at Facebook page at it's overshadow.shadowcast. I'm now doubting my own memory, if that is what it is. If it isn't, let me know what that takes you to. All that's it for me to say is thank you guys very much for listening. I hope you guys are all staying safe and well. Please keep adhering to the government's updates. Now, also, I would just like to say there have been updates, I think, but I think the updates are different per country. And I mean by like England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So depending on where you live, I hope that you guys are listening to those regulations and not to the general ones, because I think that there's a bit of a miscommunication between everybody. And please do not have barbecues outside. And please do not have barbecues in public places. I was out for a walk, and there was literally a family having a barbecue, and I was just like, really? Because that's going to ruin it for everybody. That's going to be the kind of situation where people are going to go, you guys can't be trusted, and if you guys can't be trusted, you guys are going to have to stay inside. You're going to stay inside, and you're going to stay inside completely, and that's going to be terrible for people with who do not have guardians and have health problems and mental health problems and things like that. So, you know, everybody be sensible. Please don't take risks, because if you take risks and you get caught, and if enough people get caught, it's going to ruin it for everybody. Okay? So, like I said, I hope you guys are all staying safe and well, and I hope you guys come back next week. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be doing it. I don't know if Tommy's going to be doing it, but whoever's going to be doing it, I hope it's going to be enjoyable for you guys. Okay, thanks.